Alright guys, so we are living in very interesting times because the devices that we are getting today are getting slimmer and slimmer, and it's just so lightweight that it really makes me rethink the way I use certain devices. Alright, let's take for example this latest Honor MagicBook Art 14. It's their latest laptop and it's super lightweight, super slim. Apparently it's 1 centimeter thin. I haven't actually pulled out my ruler. Actually, you know what? I've got the ruler right here. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1 centimeter thick or thin at its thickest part. So interesting stuff there. It's also 1 kilograms only. So this is very lightweight. I mean, I can just remember back in the day where I was just, bringing my laptop to the office, working the 9 to 5. My backpack was so heavy. But now with laptops like this, it just makes it so easy to bring around. Alright, so today we're going to take a look at their new laptop, and of course we also have a tablet here. So I'll focus more on the laptop because I think this is a very, very interesting device. Let's start with what's cool with it. Okay, so this is just my first impressions, it's not a review. First up, notice that we do have this new green colorway. Now I'm a huge sucker for green devices, and this laptop just looks so good. It also comes in this sort of like matte material, so it feels very nice to the touch. It does not capture any fingerprints on it, so if your fingers are oily and you touch around it, it won't leave a lot of marks all around. Now, although it's very thin and very slim, I really applaud Honor for this because it comes with all the familiar ports that you will need on a laptop. So take for example, on the left we have 2 Type-C ports, and if you move to the right, you have a Type-A port, you have a HDMI, you have a headphone jack, and that pretty much means you have almost everything that you might want to use. Sometimes I just use a mouse, with a dongle. It goes in this Type-A, and on certain laptops, most laptops these days, it only comes with Type-C port. So it's good to see that we are covered all around, even though this is a brand new laptop in 2024. Alright, so once you just flip it open, you'll be greeted with a really beautiful display on the inside. Now this is actually a 3K display. It's an OLED panel. It's also 120 Hz, and that's not all. It's also touch screen. So that means you can navigate very easily, just like how you would do so on a tablet or maybe on your phone. You have that added flexibility of just using your fingers or your hands to move around whatever you're doing on the laptop itself. Alright, another cool thing I noticed here is that the keyboard layout is actually spaced out very well, and you actually have a very large trackpad sitting dead center in the middle. Now I noticed that whenever I just tapped on the touchpad or the trackpad, it actually gives a very tiny bit of a haptic feedback. I'm not sure if you guys like it. Personally, I think it's alright. Although I do feel that if the vibration could be reduced a little bit, it might feel more comfortable for my personal workflow. Anyways, the keys themselves come with a lot of travel, and it's actually very quiet. So if you're just typing beside someone who's sleeping, you won't have to worry about waking up that person. Alright, another cool thing that you might notice here is on the left. There's actually a push-out camera, guys. Check this out. This very tiny piece is actually a magnetic selfie camera, which you actually put it onto the top of the laptop like that. It's a very clever implementation because that way you do not have any cutouts on the screen itself. There's no notch. Everything is being used on this tiny little camera, and when you're done with it, it's all magnetic by the way. You just slot it back into the side and store it right there. Perfect implementation. Alright, so in terms of power, this device here is powered by the Intel Core 5 Ultra processor. I'm not sure if there's going to be a different specification, but that should be enough for my workflow. And finally, another really important point about this particular laptop is that it now comes with Copilot integrated. So on some laptops, it doesn't really support AI properly, but this one here is actually designed to actually work with all those AI features. You even have a Copilot button, a specific shortcut key that sits just beside the left arrow. So that's how serious Honor is taking all this Copilot AI. Alright, so there you have it. This is just a very quick first impressions with the Honor MagicBook Art 14. Again, I'm very, very impressed with the build quality. I can't wait to try this out. Now moving on to the tablet that I also have here. This is called the MagicPad 2. It's actually quite slim. I wouldn't say like it's the slimmest in the world. What I heard from Honor is that this is actually very, very durable and tough. So it's not bendable. I mean, if you have like really strong hands, you would be finding it a bit of a struggle to actually bend this device. Besides that, what's new is that we do have a Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 processor in here. That means that you're going to have sufficient power if running all your applications. Doesn't matter if you're just doing it for work or if you're just having some fun playing games on your tablet. The Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 is a perfect chipset for a tablet today. Moving on, in terms of the display, we do have an OLED panel, and this time around it refreshes at 144 Hz, so very, very smooth. Everything is very fluid, and just in terms of your speakers on board, Honor says there's like 8 speakers all around. I do find like 4 outlets, so I'm not sure if the 8 speakers are actually, you know, counted based on what's inside, but yeah, let's just take Honor's word for that. In terms of the battery, we do have a 10,050 mAh unit in here, so that should also last you pretty long, and it does support that 66 watt fast charge. So yeah, I'm going to try out these devices. These are just my first impressions, but very impressed with the kind of devices we are having today. Not only is the Honor Magic V3 the slimmest foldable on the planet, but we also have a very thin and lightweight laptop, just in case, you know, you want to lighten your workload. Alright, with that said, thank you for watching today's video all the way to the end. Let me know if there's anything specific that you want me to test out. Again, this is a first impressions video. I'll put a link down below if you want to find out more tech specs on these devices. Thank you for watching once again, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care, stay safe, bye bye.